Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Belville Gardens, and thank heavens it's a sunny day for once, which is brilliant. I'm going to try and turn the camera just so that the sun is even a bit much for my phone at the moment. So I'm just standing on the top road of Belville Gardens. So this is the road that used to be the supply road for the 7 high flats that used to be here before they were demolished. So I'm just standing here, I'm really enjoying feeling the warmth of the sun on my skin. So I don't know if there's any way today, even if you just crane your neck, hi Tracy, lovely to see you, crane your neck out of the window to try and feel a little bit of the sun on your skin, because it's wonderful. Not only supplies you with a bit of vitamin D, it's just it's really makes you feel relaxed. And if you just focus on the warmth and where the warmth is on your skin, and the sensations of your skin when the sun gets onto it, it can really just take you into yourself, and that's that mindful minute that is really helpful. So I'm standing here, the sun is at last out, and I believe it's going to be a lovely weekend all weekend, which is just great, isn't it? So I'm going to turn the camera around now and have a little chat about how everybody's week's been. So Tracy, I don't know how your week has been. My week has been really hectic, so it's like it's passed in a flash. So I can feel, I'm thinking about my how I'm feeling in myself at the moment. So my back is tense, my shoulders are tense, just because I feel like I've been running from place to place, and I don't know if anyone's feeling the same. So if you are, can you take a few minutes just to stretch out? So I'm just going to stretch my legs and just try and stand with my posture a little bit more upright, but not too upright. Sometimes if you feel there's like a thread that leads from the top of your head upwards, just so that helps your posture just stand upright naturally, so you're not sort of leaning too far forward or too far back. And you just feel, at yoga they always talk about feeling the curve in your lower back. That's really important, to sort of preserve that curve whenever you can. So I don't know if that's any better. How's everyone breathing? Breathing's so important, isn't it? Are you breathing right at the top of your chest, almost in your throat sometimes, I think, when I'm running from place to place? Or is your breath a bit more concentrated down in your lungs? Can you, without concentrating too much on your breath, because sometimes then that's all you think about, but just can you see if you can just slow your breathing down a bit? It's Friday, we're taking a 15-minute pause, the sun's shining, and I suppose it's that consideration that we were talking about last week, that nothing's more important for you at this time. So whatever's happened before this week, that's gone, that's done with. Whatever's going to happen, the kids' tea, taking the dog out, buying sandwiches for your lunch, that can wait. Just be in the moment, I suppose, and enjoy what you're thinking and feeling and seeing for the next sort of 10 minutes or so. So I hope everybody's a little bit more chilled now, and we're going to concentrate on what we can see from the view this time. So I'm at, I suppose, one of the best views, I think, in Greenock, and I know I'm biased. So we're standing on the top edge of Belville Community Garden, so not on the top level, but just on the top of the service road, and I'm looking out. So I've got St Lawrence Street in front of me, and I'm looking out into, I'm trying to focus now, this is where my camera skills don't get so good. So I'm looking out into, there's Greenock, the Greenock Town Hall. We've got the Industrial Street estate just before that, with the church you can see. Now that church was really bombed in the war, so that church used to have a big steeple. Can you see the church just in front here? It's just been refurbished. That's the Greenock, I can't remember what it's called actually. It's the Greenock church, and it was incredibly bombed during the war. It used to have a big steeple. Here we go. What's that say? Greenock Baptist Church. The Baptist Church used to have a massive steeple, be a really impressive building, and it was all completely ruined during the Blitz. But luckily they still kept it as a church rather than demolishing it. So I'm just going to withdraw back a bit. My phone isn't playing ball. Oh, that's better. So what's out on the river today? So we've got all the tugboats are in today. So obviously no big ships coming in for a while. We've got the wreck of the Captain Yanis You can see just there, you see that, just the black blob poking up of the water. So that's the wreck of the sugar boat that was wrecked during the 1970s. Beyond that is Helensburgh. So Helensburgh's, we can see all of Helensburgh over there from left to right. And then at the top there, we've got the different locks. So that's, I believe, Loch Goyle. So see there, just to the right, Loch Goyle running down. And then as we go to the left, there's we can't see the actual start of it, but tucked away opposite the shipyards is Loch Long, and behind Loch Long, so you can just see the mountains in the background. I believe that's the Arrochar Alps. Now somebody please correct me if I'm wrong. They run to the west side of Loch Long. Beautiful. And today, because it's not very warm and humid, the weather is sunny, but the sky is quite clear, so you can see right the way over to those mountains there. Just wonderful. So I'm going to see what other ships we can see. So this is I don't know if you can see the little pale ship that's just in front of I suppose it's Rue, isn't it, there next to Helensburgh. So it's just right in the centre of your picture there. So that is the Oronsay. So that's a passenger ship for the Navy. So I don't know where maybe that's going to backwards and forwards from any of the naval establishments around here carrying passengers. Here docked, so we've got the beacon there, Custom House, and then you can see the ship that's docked there. So that is the Northern River. That's a supply ship. So that's, I don't know if it's offloading or onloading, and obviously the cruise terminal is nearly empty, whereas this time of year, sometimes we've had 2 cruise ships, haven't we, but not this year, so it's quite quiet. So apart from police sirens, it's quite quiet today, isn't it? Often the wind will blow the noise up to us, but today everything's quite calm. And look at the water, just little ripples, just quite calm, and the breeze is only a slight little breeze just ruffling the trees there. So let's see what we've got down below. Now down below here, so this is from St Lawrence Street up to Belville, the sort of lower level. There's some old cherry trees. There's a flowering cherry tree. We've got some birch trees. Birch trees are what we call pioneer species, so whenever there's a new site or a site of land that's just been cleared, these are the first sort of trees that come up and show themselves. Next to the birch, see these ones with the shiny leaves? This one here, I think this is an alder. And this tree, I've got an alder tree, I've got lucky enough to have an old one in my garden, and wherever you see an alder tree, the ground is probably quite wet, which is true down there. It captures the rain, so it can get quite wet. So they're often found near ponds and streams and things like that. And it's a beautiful tree. So let's have a look. Now this down here is one of the places that sometimes we find Toby the fox. But I can't see him today. He has never appeared on any of my lives as much as I would like it, but never mind, never mind. So how's everybody feeling after that? Are you feeling a little bit more chilled? I don't know how you're doing, Tracy, whether you've had a tough week, a busy week, or a quiet week. How's everybody feeling? So now I'm just going to wander a little bit more down the hill just to finish off this live, because we've been rescuing some plants from one of the supermarkets. They've arrived half dead, and it's been great to bring them back to life. Isn't that wonderful? I mean, if anybody's at home and can't get out at the moment, or don't really want to go out, because you've been shielding and you just want to take it steady getting back into going out, we are running activity packs. So we give activity packs, and one of the packs is a terracotta pot, which we give you herbs or flowers, and you can make a herb garden to keep outside, just or inside your kitchen, or a planter. And sometimes just even that little bit of nature, and particularly with herbs, because it's very sensory, isn't it? You can rub the leaves and smell them and you can feel them. Sometimes that can just give you that little bit of connection with nature to sort of help you feel grounded. I want to show you these plants. I'm going to turn the picture around. So we're on the approach road now. Here's the cabin. Beautiful sunshine. Again, not much wind. I'm looking, before, remember when I looked at these and they cut out, it cut out, but this is one of the orchard areas. So you can see now the apples on the trees are really quite developed. So, you know, these can start to be picked really from now on in. Depends on the variety. Some of them ripen earlier than others. So again, these are all rescues from supermarkets. So these are one of our planters that we produce and sell. This is a little sit spot are that's sort of just quiet, where you can reflect and look out on our volunteers garden here. So these are geraniums that have been rescued. There are some geranium varieties that you can buy. I've got one in a pot at home that gives me a lot of pleasure, because if you rub the leaves, it has a fantastic scent of sort of oranges. I'll send you a link to where you can get those from. But geraniums, they flower for a long time, and also if you are in a frosty area, you can take them up, just keep them dormant inside somewhere, and they'll be good to go next year as well. So a lot of people just use them as an annual bedding plant, but they can survive for a number of years. And this, look at this piece de resistance. This is a willow, a variegated willow, and this again was half dead when it came to us. It really felt, it was all drooping and really felt sorry for itself. But Brian and I think Michelle have given it a bit of loving care, and it's come really back to life, and that looks brilliant in a pot. Willow is such a fast grower, but actually these have been specially grown, and you can see they've been grafted. So look, what's happened is, I would have thought that this beautiful variegated willow has been grafted. You can see the wax here has been grafted onto another type of willow plant here. They often do apple trees in that way, or grafting, putting two plants together. So with an apple tree you might have a rootstock down at the bottom that's slow growing, a mini rootstock, or sort of a medium-sized rootstock, so it doesn't grow too big, and then you can have a different type of variety up top. So it's quite a clever way of doing things. So this has been grafted, so I suppose that it doesn't grow as big as a willow would normally grow, and it just looks lovely in a pot. I hope you agree. So I'm going to love you and leave you there. Please try and enjoy some of the sunshine this weekend, feeling it on your skin, slowing down and pausing. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next week. Take care.